Well, good morning, everyone. It's a little before work on Monday, and I'm out in the shed, and it's because I finally did get my desk built. I'll throw some footage of putting it together and whatnot. Go through the steps. It was fairly basic, though. As you can see, still stuff on the floor. A lot of lighting issues because it's very bright outside, which means it might get a little warm later, so I'm a little nervous about how it's going to do that. But I have a backup plan in the event that happens. But let me turn it around and give you a quick peek at what we ended up with. All right, and this is now my new work corner, basically. So, since I have power now, I decided it was time to move everything work-related out here, and then that way I can distance myself from barking dogs and distractions. So, here we are. It's a floating desk. I've made this out of 3/4 inch pine plywood, pre-sanded stuff from Lowe's. It was about 40, 50 bucks a sheet, I think it was. So I had them rip it lengthwise. So this top side is 8 feet long, and then the other side is about 3.5. So I've got 5.5 feet out there, 8 feet here, so I've got plenty of working space. I made a little frame underneath out of 2x3 studs, since they were cheap, $2 a piece. And some of these heavy-duty shelf brackets to hold everything up. Now I need one more to go over there, and you can kind of see right up there, there's a little block of wood screwed into a stud up there, and that's just to give that corner a little bit extra support. It holds up okay without it, but I wanted to just kind of give it a little bit of help. But as you can see, here's my work computer. This is the old desktop that I traded my laptop for. Gentleman at work, he had sold me the laptop originally, and then he kind of missed the laptop, so he wanted it back, so he traded me this desktop. Now I've swapped the graphics card out, doing some stuff. If you watch the computer build, I think I talk about it in there. I think I've talked about it plenty before, but let's zoom back this way. I did put everything back together down here, so now I have my good desktop back up there. All the monitors are mounted back up. The flight is all plugged back in, minus the USB cable, but that's all right. Everything works. We're good again. But in this one is my GTX 1070 FTW. And the 980 Ti that was in this Corsair when I got it is now in my desktop inside, so I can play stuff on there. But this is a 6950X, basically like a server processor in this thing, and it doesn't support integrated graphics. So because of that, I needed to find a graphics card at all, and the only one I could find laying around in anything I had was an old 7770. So I put it in. It actually, it's better than I expected. It does actually run things okay. Luckily, I'm using an old crappy Dell monitor, so resolution, it's not pushing much. But for example, I did fire up a couple of games last night. Now, the only game I really play is like World of Warcraft. I jump on once in a while, and not even the new retail version. I got sick of that, so I played classic version. They re-released it. It actually plays it better than I expected. It's better than my current old crappy laptop, which is missing. Let's see, what else? That's basically it. The desk itself is pretty well done. I did use my router and rounded over a corner of it. Now it does need to get sanded and painted. It does need that. But I needed to get them lawn mowed yesterday, so Saturday I spent building the desk, and it's not even glued down yet because I need to be able to take it out, sand it, paint it, then bring it back. I'm not going to bother staining it. It's actually similar to the same what I used inside on my other desk, but this stuff I'm just going to paint. Obviously there's no walls up. When the walls are up, then I'll have to take the brackets off, shift everything out. I was thinking about this last night when I fell asleep. When you put 1/2 inch drywall out, this is going to come out this way 1/2 inch. That means everything over there is going to shift that way 1/2 inch, and vice versa. That comes out, this shifts this way. Obviously I need to keep the brackets in the middle of the studs, and then it dawned on me all I have to do is just, well, this one doesn't have a screw in it, but a couple of these I've screwed in temporarily, so all I have to do is just do that, so that way the frame in the top can just float along the brackets, and then I'll just re-screw them down. Cable management is, well, non-existent. And then I threw my 3D printer up here in the corner because why not? Mainly because I took the other desk and I took that back into the spare room in the house. And just for fun, I even hooked up my vanity lights. Ta-da! I don't know why. Maybe it's because when I'm at work, I feel like I'm treated like shit. So now I can at least feel like I'm in a bathroom instead of... Nah, I'm just kidding. Well, not kidding about... Anyway. But yeah, so that's the desk. I need to get a chair. I need to get speakers for my computer because I don't have any. Minor oversights. The chair thing is a little bit more of a less minor, but I'll go see if I can find one of them sometime this week. So far, though, not roasted my butt off yet. I do have my one air conditioner that I can bring in. Now that I have full power, I can actually bring it in, toss it in this window, and just blow cold air right across onto me, at least in this tiny corner. It's not so hot in here, or will be so hot in here as it was earlier in the summer, where that won't work. So if I do need to take the edge off at all, I'll just grab that out of the other shed and put it in the window. Other than that, well, now we've got a desk. It'll soon get painted, and then, like I said, I'll throw some clips of me putting it together. It was very basic, just some pocket screws into the sides of the 2x3 frame to make 4 boxes with some supports, throw it on the wall with the brackets, and stick the plywood on top. Anyway, that's it for now. Next up, I need to call the building inspector because it's supposed to happen when the electrical inspection gets done. He's going to contact the building inspector for me, who will probably want to come out and just kind of take a peek, which is fine because there's nothing else to complain about. Everything's fine as far as the rest of it goes. He just has to come do his whole sign-off thing so they stop bugging me about the permit. So it's the only reason I haven't started putting up insulation yet is because I was waiting on him, or at least to find out when he's going to come out. Anyway, that'll be next, I guess, is probably insulation and stuff after I get the desk painted. So until then, enjoy a couple clips, and I'll catch you next time. So as you can see, not a hard process, just lay out some wood frame with some pocket screws to hold everything together so there's no protruding anythings. Lay them up onto the shelf brackets and then just dunk the plywood on top. I did go through and, took a router with a round over bit to the top of the plywood. Still needs to be all sanded down. There's still a couple spots that I want to put some just filler in just to smooth it out a little bit. Throw a couple coats of paint on it, call it good and done, and then glue everything down to the frame. The frame itself screws to the bottom of the shelf brackets, so that's it. Once it's on the frame, we're done, and then that's it. So shelf wasn't too bad. I sat out here all day working, and that was fine, other than using a stool instead of a chair, and well, as you can see, I got my snacks, my chips, my beef jerky, and my drink mix. So I was pretty happy. Kind of wish I had a couch for nap time, though. Maybe that'll be next time. Anyway, thanks for watching.